Hello coloring friends, welcome to Find and Color 100 Prompts, an adult coloring challenge where we all color for certain prompts, and usually we have 1 week for coloring, but not this summer. I was on holidays and so we had 2 weeks for coloring, but to be honest, I'm considering to do it like a regular basis, that we would color not every week but every 2 weeks. Some people wrote me about it, like they would prefer that, to have 2 weeks instead of 1, more time, no rush, and of course for me it would be easier, and hopefully I would be able to film some other videos as well and color more illustrations not connected with our prompts, but something different. Please write me in comments what you think about this idea, and today we'll see all the submitted illustrations for the prompt number 45, scroll. Of course, comparing to our previous prompt results, 160 illustrations for the prompt frog, today we have quite modest results, 78 illustrations, but if not to compare, that it's quite a nice number of illustrations, not that easy to find a prompt, and just few people colored more than 1 illustration for this prompt. We have, of course, our favorite artist taking part in this challenge, as always, Hannah Carlson, Kirby Rosanes, Joanna Besford, we have Rita Berman, Fabiana Tanazio, but I was happy to see some books that we don't see every time in our challenge, like Escape to Wonderland, Escape to Shakespeare's World, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Pirates by Alina Lazareva, and of course Game of Thrones. Only 2 illustrations, but I was happy to see my favorite Varys colored by someone, so I really enjoyed our gallery, all the works. Let me show what I colored for this prompt. And ta-da! Again, Tamislav Tomic, A Villain's Son. That was the only book that I took with me because I wanted indeed to color in this book, because it's been some time. And so it's my second illustration during this summer that I colored in this book. And for this prompt scroll, we have this illustration, very cute fairy surrounded by mice. There's, as always with Tomic illustrations, there's a lot of going on, like a lot of leaves, flowers, we have mice here, then this ornament around. So it took me some time to think of color palette. I didn't want that everything would look like too many colors and that your attention would not concentrate on anything. And I think what I did with this illustration, it looks nice in harmony. The mice I googled and I found there are some deer mouse, and they have this color with whitish stomach and neck, and they're brownish, so I took inspiration from those mice for coloring mine. And this fairy, again in yellow and golden brownish colors, and just a few more bright colors for flowers, and I took everything. I think everything looks in harmony. I'm quite happy. So there was nothing written on this scroll, and it looked unlogical, you know, if she's reading it, so it's supposed to be written something. So I added this kind of text here that you can see. So now I think it looks more natural, more realistic, so to say. Polychromos pencils here. For greens, a couple of Derwent Lightfast, which I took with me, and that's it. So I'm quite happy with this result, and I'm happy that I've colored yet another illustration from this book. So now, of course, let's see all the submitted illustrations for this prompt, and I hope you will enjoy it. Let's go! yes, that was our gallery of works for the prompt scroll. Thank you everyone who joined this challenge. And before we continue, reminder, our summer color along coming to its end, Italian holidays. You still have some time until the 31st of August, including that day. You can send your illustrations. Maybe someone colored but forgot to send, so check it. And you still have some time to finish, maybe if you haven't finished it yet. And my holidays have finished. I'm back to Nepal again. But before going, as you know, I pre-filmed the process of drawing a new prompt, and I did it one more just in case than I needed. So today I will use that one, and after that we'll continue in usual style, drawing prompt alive. That I would not know in advance about the prompt. This new prompt, I think you will enjoy it. It's one of those prompts that you can find a lot of cute illustrations. And don't forget, we still have 2 weeks for coloring. So let's find out what that prompt is. So friends, hedgehog. This summer we get quite a lot of prompts from our first season, and I remember I colored for this prompt exactly 2 years ago, and at the time I was in Belarus again, so that's why I remember. And now we again got this prompt, hedgehog. Also, I remember that it was not that easy to find hedgehogs, because like some forest illustrations, and there were a lot of animals like squirrels, hares, bears, but no hedgehogs. I was surprised at that at the time. But of course there are some sorry, hedgehogs that I haven't colored last time. Need to remember what books these were. So I'm off now to look through my collection, and see you in a second. So friends, just as in our first season, I didn't find that many illustrations with hedgehogs, though I've got quite a lot of new coloring books since that time, 2 years ago, when we colored hedgehog in our first season, but not many hedgehogs in those new coloring books, and so I don't have quite big choice for this prompt, just a few books. But of course that's more than enough. Even one picture is enough to color for this challenge. Let me show my choice of hedgehogs. Joanna Basford, that's maybe one of the most famous hedgehogs from her Enchanted Forest coloring book. This one. She has a squirrel and a fox in same style in this book. Those two I have colored. Here they are. And same style, hedgehog and hare. So if you have this book and haven't colored this hedgehog for our first season, so you can easily color this one. Another quite known hedgehog from this book, Circle of Life, because I've seen many people color this hedgehog. He's not that realistic. Some flowers instead of needles. Very cute, very pretty, and would be nice to color this illustration. Really love it. And then, of course, if you have any coloring book with Alice in Wonderland theme, there should be hedgehogs, I believe. And in this book by Forest Diver, there are hedgehogs as well. And on 3 illustrations, the first one, there is a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of characters, a bit busy illustration. Then second one, I colored it already for the prompt flamingos. You can see some hedgehogs here. And there's third, little less busy than the previous one, and little bit larger hedgehogs here. And the last book with hedgehog, Tomislav Tomic, A Villain Son. I love this illustration as well. Look at this hedgehog. A lot of mushrooms around. Very lovely. And I have just 2 printed illustrations. The first one is this one by Daria Chakersoy, and it's interesting because in first season previously I colored an illustration with hedgehog again by Daria Chakersoy. So this is second illustration by this artist with hedgehogs. Look how cute this hedgehog is, and quite realistic. And the second one by Wishan Ong. Look at this guy. Quite interesting picture as well. And this background kind of puzzles me how to color that, but on the whole quite lovely. So this was my choice of hedgehogs, and I hope you will find at least one in your collection. And again, it's interesting what we'll get. I hope not only that hedgehog from Joanna or from Circle of Life. I hope we'll have more variety of hedgehogs, but we never know. So I'll be waiting for your illustrations, and that's all for today. See you next time. Bye.